Hey everybody, Kneecap here. This video is everything you need to know about the Spirit of eche'ro Mount, which is the new archaeology mount in Legion. This video is going to kind of explain everything you need to know about how to get the mount and what to expect when going about getting the mount, and then kind of my thoughts on it at the end. So first of all, to get this mount, you're going to need archaeology. So you want to get archaeology if you don't already have it. And secondly, if you do have it, you probably know that the archaeology quest spawns in Dalaran every week or 2 weeks. There's a new quest, and that is between the engineering room and the Oblivion Forge. So you want to pick up that quest, and that quest is going to send you to High Mountain, specifically to Thunder Totem. So once you get there, you'll talk to the lady you need to meet with, and she'll tell you she needs 600 of these bone fragments. Now, in archaeology, what you do is you go to your map, you find the dig sites, you go to the dig site, it'll be kind of red on your mini map. And once you're in there, you can then use your survey button, which is like an archaeology tool, so it's like mining or herbalizing or skinning. And you'll use your dig site button, and you will find fragments from the peoples that were indigenous to that area. Now, for these quests, you'll find those fragments, but you'll also find fragments for the quest as well. For this particular quest, you'll only find one or two a lot of the times per survey. It can be more, but that's probably what you should expect. So you're going to go to all these dig sites. There should be 3 up at a time, and you're going to slowly acquire these fragments. Now, this is going to be a bit of a time-consuming process. If you don't have a lot of time just to sit down and do this, you're going to want to probably maybe just do a dig site here or there until you finish. Obviously, you want to finish while you still have the buff for the quest, which will be X amount of days from depending on when you picked up the quest. Your days could be shorter than where I was at. So as you're acquiring these fragments very slowly, you're going to notice that it's taking a while, and if you estimate, you're probably going to say probably about an hour and a half. That's probably the good guess on how long it's going to take you. If you're really on point and you spec your character with all the possible mobility, you can probably do it in about an hour with luck. However, hour and a half is more reasonable, and you can even set aside 2 hours if you just aren't, that intense about it and not that worried about it. And of course, you can spread that out over as many playing sessions as you need to. This mount's easy to get because that's all you need to do is acquire those fragments. Now, as far as dig sites go, you're going to have to do quite a bit of them. I did somewhere between 20 and 25. I actually lost count. I was trying to keep count in my head, which was stupid. I should have wrote it down. But it took me between 20 and 25, probably closer to 25. 20 is going to be really lucky. Much like herbalism and mining, when you survey an area or survey a node, if you want to call it that, a mob can spawn. Now that mob will then drop once you kill it, not only more fragments of the indigenous people, but fragments for your quest as well. So if you get a lot of those to spawn, that's going to increase your speed greatly because you can get 10 plus from those. A lot of times I think I was getting 15 or so. It was extremely helpful when those spawned. And I actually had a little run where I had quite a few spawn actually in a row. I don't know if it was some crazy luck or something. And that actually helped me out a lot. I actually got ganked twice when doing it, or else I might have been closer. I was at about hour 40 minutes. Probably would have been closer to an hour and a half, maybe a little under, if I didn't have any of that to worry about at all. So if you are on a PvP server, if you're outnumbered, maybe have a friend invite you to their server with they're on, or just use the looking for group tool and join a server that's PvE so you don't have to worry about that. So like I said, it's going to take you 20-25 dig sites in High Mountain if you're lucky. I was kind of, again, luck is going to determine a lot on your time. I did have a lot at the start that they kept spawning in the same centrist area of High Mountain. It wasn't until the kind of towards the end where they're kind of spawning everywhere. I had to use flight pass and whatnot. But at the start, I was able to just kind of run to one, to the other, and then to the next one, to the next one. And it was actually really nice. Once you have your 600 bone fragments, you'll go back to Thunder Totem, and you'll have to go to there's a little cave off of the top level. It's easy to find, though, to be on your map. You might have wondered before what this cave is even for. So you go into this cave, and you turn in your quests. You talk to her and say, "Here's the bone fragments." And Hall and High Mountain will come out and be like, "Here's my pet moose. uh, here, you can have it as a mount. So you get this mount, and it's a moose. It looks pretty cool. I like it a lot, actually. I would have liked it more if it wasn't spectral, but it is what it is. I personally don't have a mount that's like this, so I don't have the Grove Warden, so it's for me it's a pretty cool mount. It's kind of something new. I'll probably ride it for a little while. Um, that's all you really need to know on how to do the quest. If you have any questions on that, feel free to comment below. But I'll kind of expand on how I felt about the quest. Uh, for getting a mount, I actually thought it was a little bit too fast, an hour and a half. So for me, that was one playing session. I took a little break somewhere in there. Now I know for some people that won't be one playing session, but to get a mount that quickly, I remember like trying to get the fossilized raptor, which I do have. That was a lot. That was a lot more work to try to get that, um, and you did that over days. Now, of course, this is a finite thing with the way they do it now, so they can't necessarily have it like that. So I would have enjoyed just maybe slowly getting them out over time with archaeology instead of just rushing it during one of these quests and have it be a quest reward. Have it be a little bit more RNG. You already had the legendaries be RNG. There's so much RNG in this expansion, and this mount was just basically given to you if you're willing to do it. That being said, it's a mount that everyone can get, and I'm all for having things that everyone can get because there's always things that everyone can't get. A lot of hardcore players, and I could probably consider myself a hardcore player, uh, don't like when noobs get stuff. Well, I have news for you. There's a lot of stuff that noobs can't get, and that's stuff off of bosses and mythics and stuff like that that only drops in there, or even heroics that some people never get a chance to run. Some people only run LFR, and there's no cool stuff drops in LFR, just quest rewards and you know the crappy gear that drops in there. So you know I kind of do like actually that it's something everyone can get. Although it is disappointing to me as an old time player, as a vanilla player, as a quote unquote hardcore player, it is a little bit disappointing to me, but I am still supportive of it. I liked that I hadn't done any archaeology in High Mountain at all, so I liked that the dig sites weren't that big. I liked that they weren't that spread out for the most part, and you could get from one to the other. The Flight Master whistle comes in really handy. Obviously, once flying is out, this quest will be way easier than if you want to wait till flying was out. Um, Overall, like I said, I love the look of the moose mount. It's kind of cool. It's Hall High Mountain's pet moose. So if you did the questing in High Mountain, you kind of learned a little bit about Holm. So it's kind of cool that you have his pet moose as a mount. Uh, but I think that's probably about all I have to say about this quest. Like I said, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to ask them, and I can try to expand on anything that I kind of rushed through or didn't spend enough time on. As always, please thumbs up and sub. It helps me out a lot, and everyone have a good one.